In the last video on the 500 SL, I was cutting up the bulkheads to find the rust spots because there's holes in the bulkhead. I'm going to come back to that soon, but in the meantime, I cracked on with some other jobs. While I've got the wing off, I'm going to clean up all underneath here, and I'm going to change the pads and discs, because when I drove it previously, it was sort of vibrating under braking, so they're quite rusty, quite old. There's quite a big lip on the outside, so I'm going to change those now. Oh, blimey, that is tight. Oh, it's fair to say that was really tight, so that's the top one at least manageable. Oh, it's a good little workout. Now I know this car hasn't done many miles over the last, well, 5 or 6 years, so all of this has been probably on here for 10 years or more. In fact, yeah, because doesn't look like there's much in the way of brake pads left. So on that basis, they've probably been on for, well, I don't know, 10 years. Ah, hallelujah. Just one out of the way. There's a little 10mm, looks like a 10mm spanner here. There's a 10mm bolt holding the brake wear sensor on. So I'll put a bit of lubricant on that before I try and get that off. I'm having to hammer it off because there's such a lip on there. And you can see the pads, very little left on those pads. Probably 4mm. Pistons are pushed right out. Luckily, all in really good condition, so I don't think I need to worry too much. Just need to give it a good clean. Oh, that's beautiful. Often they're seized, but that came out lovely. And that's our disc off. Fantastic. I'm also now I'm gonna take this off completely, so I'm gonna undo the brake pipe and take this off so I can clean it properly, and also I need to get this snapped bolt out. All of the rest of it is in pretty good order. Yeah, it's filthy, but it's not rusty or anything. And normally these back plates are rusty, so very pleased with that. Right, that side done. I'll do the other side, and then we'll have a look at the calipers and see what needs doing there, and try and work out the best way I'm going to clean all this up. Right, so as you can see, all of these rubber sort of boots are in good order. Pads have been quite heavily worn, so it's a good thing we're going to change those. So that's what we're going to do now. I've given this a good clean up. It's come up quite nice actually. I could keep going at it, but I'm probably going to get this car ice blasted like I did on the Porsche, and that will really finish it all off underneath. So for now, I've cleaned it pretty well. It's looking very good. I've got these new brake pads. You can see how much meat there is on there compared to the old one, which has hardly anything left. So I'm going to pop those in now. I've also got some new pins, so that'll be all good as gold. Done. Also in this one I've got this sheared bolt, so I need to try and get that out. So that's my next challenge. Well and truly stuck in there. I'm just going up drill bit sizes by 1/2 mil at a time and trying to get it to the point where it will just putting a bit of copper grease on for this, for any of the bolts actually, just so when I need to change them next time I can get them off quite easy. Okay, what I'm actually going to do first is connect this back up, because I need to spin the caliper around, otherwise I'm going to twist the pipe. Just a quick note really, both sides, the hubs feel really nice and they've got very fresh grease on, so I'm not going to worry about those. It felt fine when I drove it. The vibration was from the brakes, not from anything else, so I'm pleased. I'm not going to check them, I'll leave them because I'm pretty confident they've been serviced recently. So onto the rears now, and this caliper looks like it's been replaced. I wouldn't say recently, but it's definitely been replaced since the original. The other side looks like it hasn't been replaced, so it's not as clean as this one. Discs in the similar condition to the front. Not such a bad lip actually on these ones, but I've got discs and pads, so I'm going to start changing these now. Not quite as easy to get these calipers off, because it's not a flexi pipe on the back, it's a copper pipe, so you've got a little bit less sort of room to manoeuvre, and it's more likely to be seized. So let's get cracking and see how I get on. Plenty of meat on these, but they are very old. You can see they're starting to break up, in really bad condition. So I'll take them off, clean them, make sure these boots around the pistons are good. Look all right to me here, but we'll see. Oh, well, I'm lucky on these because the amount of times I've changed brakes and end up drilling those out, so that's a real result. Not too bad. Yeah, just on the inside here, got these drums. There's probably a way of releasing them more, to be honest. I've got the two calipers here. That's the one that looks quite new, or at least not as old as that one. This one looks in really good order. This one not so much. I'm going to clean it up, see what it looks like once I've got all the crud off it. I've got some new pins anyway, because they're all rusted. The brake pads themselves are all rusted. The backing plate is rusted. So these obviously haven't been changed for a long time. But as I said, it hasn't done that many miles in the last 10 years or so. So let's hope they're not all seized up. That's presumably why this one was changed at some point, because it was seized up. So, and we've got to get this pipe that's seized onto the old one as well. So, bit of work to do. These are in really good. This one is lovely. The rubber's in good condition, that protects the piston. They slid back real nice and easy. So that is definitely sound as a pound. Look at that. Fresh. All beautiful. Right, I've given it a little bit of a clean up. Now I've got to try and get this off. Now, obviously, when it's on the car, I can use the open end. Whereas now it's off the car, I can use the ring. It's almost like it's a different size. Yeah, I think it's just a bit butchered. Okay, I'm just going to use some grips. Try that. Easy. So I've just had a little go at those, and they're just bending rather than moving. Nasty. It's got a Mercedes badge on it, so I think this is probably the original that was on the car. It could do with some new boots on the pistons. They're right on their last legs, they are. So I think I'll have a look. I've got to buy that pipe anyway, so I think when I'm ordering that pipe, I'll see if I can get some new boots or a service kit or something for this one. I did go in to get a kit to refurbish it, but these are £170 for a refurbished one. So rather than paying the 40-50 quid for the kit, I thought it's a no-brainer to go for the whole bit of kit. So that's a lovely finish. That's from the SL shop, so got that. And then also this was a pipe that was the ends are seized, so I've bought a new one again from the SL shop. It's just an aftermarket type one, it's not an original, because you just buy these and then you can bend them into shape. So I'm going to bend it into shape and then hopefully put it all back together. Job done. Right, that's all in now. Looking pretty good. Something I wasn't aware of is I've been struggling with the rear brakes to get fluid through. The front's fine, but there's two reservoirs, one at the front, one at the back. They're separate, except for right at the very top. So you have to really sort of almost, well, basically overfill this to get it into this second reservoir. It's very strange. So that is right up to the brim. And then it goes into the rear compartment. So you can see it filling up. Very strange. Well, I've never seen it. Okay, that's it for this video. I'm going to take it off to S&I Motors in Coventry, who did that fantastic paintwork on the Porsche. He's going to look at the bulkhead and try and get that done for me. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, etc. and I'll see you next time.